the vast void of the Milky Way, the Galactic Council had long held dominion over countless worlds. Its representatives were beings of immense power, intelligence, and arrogance, each species believing themselves the rightful rulers of the stars. The Council's attention rarely drifted toward the small blue planet tucked in a quiet spiral arm of the galaxy. Earth, primitive, chaotic, and inconsequential. For centuries, humans had lived unaware of the galaxy beyond their skies. They fought their wars, explored their oceans, and reached for the stars, all in small, clumsy steps. From the perspective of the Council, they were nothing more than a quaint curiosity, a species barely scraping the surface of space travel, a planet full of bickering, unrefined life. During a council session that echoed across light years, delegates debated the latest discoveries from nearby systems. One report mentioned Earth signals, rudimentary, irregular bursts of electromagnetic chatter. Humans. Scoffed Vorath, a sleek, silver-scaled reptilian from the Shylon cluster. A world of savages attempting to reach the stars? How amusing. They are not worth our attention, added Zira, of the Ilithian Nebula, her voice a symphony of chimes. Their technology is infantile. Any interaction would be a waste. A ripple of agreement washed over the council chamber, a wave of disdain and mockery. Earth was dismissed as irrelevant, a small planet destined to remain isolated. But in the shadows of human civilization, unseen by the galaxy's mighty eyes, the seeds of vengeance were quietly germinating. By the time humans made their first, tentative steps beyond their solar system, Earth had already endured centuries of struggle. Wars had ravaged continents. Disease and famine had shaped their resilience. They had survived climate collapses, tyrants, and global conflict, learning to adapt, to endure, and above all to fight. Every hardship had forged them sharper, stronger, more cunning than any galactic observer could imagine. When humanity's first deep space explorers encountered alien vessels in nearby systems, the initial skirmishes were brutal. Human ships, small and fragile, were no match for the Council's warships, but their crews fought with a ferocity that surprised every observer. Humans did not flee. They did not negotiate. They struck with precision, exploiting every weakness, every overlooked detail. Centuries passed. Humans learned. They improved. They adapted alien technologies, fused them with their own innovations, and built fleets capable of matching the mightiest species in the galaxy. And yet they remained invisible to the Council. Only whispers traveled through the stars, stories of strange encounters with unyielding humans who refused defeat. But these were dismissed as exaggerations. The tipping point came during what would be remembered as the Terran revelation. A small council delegation, curious and condescending, decided to visit Earth. They arrived with their massive, gleaming warships, casting shadows over the planet like gods arriving for sport. The humans welcomed them, at least on the surface. They offered parades, speeches, and symbols of peace, all while preparing in secret. For years, Terran engineers and strategists had studied the Council's methods, their ships, their defenses. Every attack pattern, every defensive maneuver, every arrogance of the Council had been catalogued. Earth's apparent submission was a mask, and under it simmered patience, intelligence, and wrath. When the Council ships landed, human soldiers appeared not in fear but in coordinated precision. In a single, synchronized strike, entire fleets of the Council's forces were immobilized. Terran warships, small but swift and heavily armed, descended from hidden orbital platforms. Their weapons, designed to exploit every flaw in alien engineering, tore through shields that had never failed against other species. The Council members, previously so sure of their superiority, watched in disbelief. Vorath's tail struck the floor in rage, Zira's chimes trembled with shock, and every other delegate felt the weight of centuries of mockery crashing down upon them. The battle that followed was swift and decisive. Humans moved as a single entity, each ship and soldier perfectly synchronized. Planets that had long feared the Council's tyranny began to watch as the Terran fleets carved a path through the stars. Resistance melted under the force of human strategy, cunning, and unyielding spirit. And yet humanity's vengeance was not blind. Every attack was measured, every conquest precise. They targeted those who had mocked, belittled, or oppressed. Systems that had lived in fear were liberated, and the human forces left symbols of warning and hope alike. A simple emblem, etched in silver and blue, representing Earth. In the council chambers, the surviving delegates were forced to acknowledge a truth they could never have imagined. Humans were no longer the quaint curiosity they had dismissed. They were hunters, warriors, and strategists of unparalleled skill. They were vengeance incarnate, and the galaxy would never scoff at Earth again. When the final confrontation came, on the orbital platform of the Council's central command, the human ambassador, an aged woman named Captain Alara Thorne, stood before the trembling delegates. "For too long you dismissed us," she said, her voice calm but filled with the weight of countless generations. "You laughed at our potential. You called us weak. Today you have learned the cost of your arrogance. Humanity does not forget. Humanity does not forgive easily. And humanity never yields." The council fell silent. Their once proud symbols of authority lay shattered around them, and though they survived, their power was broken, their hubris undone. Across the galaxy, species who had once feared the council now whispered the name of Earth with awe, fear, and respect. In the aftermath, humans did not seek to rule. They did not impose tyranny. They offered guidance, alliance, and protection, but always with the knowledge that Earth would never again be underestimated. The Terran fleets became a symbol, a reminder that even the smallest world, when forged, in adversity and united by will, could challenge the cosmos itself. And so from a planet once dismissed as insignificant, humanity rose. Their vengeance had been swift, their justice precise, and their presence undeniable. The galaxy had scoffed at Earth, but now Terran vengeance had arrived and the stars themselves seemed to tremble in response.